Good day, Tragic here, and welcome to Terra Mystica. We're going to get straight into this. We've already done an introduction video, so go watch that if you haven't seen it. So we're going to do a local game. Now we're going to play 4-player, and we're just going to play everyone on easy with the lowest value. Now this game does play 5, but kind of the standard somehow ended up 4. So when people play competitively, they play 4. When you play online, or most games will be 4-player. And I think it's a little bit better balance for 4-player. It's a little less randomized. You know, it's a lot. You can make better plans, which makes it a little bit more fun. So I'm going to stick with 4-player. Now, at the moment, there's only one level easy. They are bringing in a medium AI. Like they say they're working on upgrading the AI, but there is 4 levels of easy, which are all different amounts of time it'll think. So the first one is sort of 1 second thought, and so thinks a lot is 15 seconds thought. So we're going to play all on lose a lot, and I'll probably lose because I'm not particularly good at this game, but I have a lot of fun playing it. So let's give it a go. And as a progression series in this, I'm going to start increasing these as I play, assuming people want to see more. So let's go. Right. Now the first thing you do is it randomizes the order, and I'm going last. Last is good. It means I get first pick of the favor tiles. And we have a quick look at here. We can see what favor tiles are interesting to us. We have one that gives us points for shipping. That's good for mermaids. We have this one, which is pretty much good for almost everyone except giants. That gives you free shovels. We've got this one, which is very good for giants and chaos magicians. And we have this one here, which is just a good standard one. This is anything with a little hand means you get that much value, and everything on the top above the line you get as a bonus at the end of the turn, except for this one here. So this one, every time you hand in the scroll, that's not above the line. Above the line just separates the values, but the things with the scroll are VPs at the end. So at the end of this one, for every trading post you build, you get 2 things. So we have to look at this and see kind of what we got. The next thing to check out is the favor tiles here. So interesting. We have VPs for temples and VPs for housing. Then the third one is VPs for cities. And look, we don't get VPs for actually building our fortresses until late in the game. So it's a little bit difficult for my favorite races. So what we're looking for is probably someone who benefits by having lots of temples. And these guys here, for example, are a good example of guys who benefit from tons of temples. They use priests instead of workers when terraforming spaces. They of course work better when this shovel favor tile isn't in stock. So I think I might I might try these guys out, see how it goes. Yablam. And now we're placing our starting buildings. So we each get to place 2 buildings. We are playing versus nomads, which have masses of they can just colonize so easily. So if we look at this tab, you can see our terraforming bonuses. We're basically looking for swamps surrounded by wetlands and dry lands. So this place here has a wetland and a dry land. That's very good. This place here has a dry land. We don't want to go anything that's got basically 3. So 2, you know, like the deserts are okay. So wetland and a dry land. And we also have this thing here. This one's got 2 wetlands on either side, so that's not bad. So what I think I might do is I'm going to go here. And now we get to place our next dwelling, and I'm going to put this one over here. Okay, now I haven't actually played this race in a long time. I usually play Giants and Chaos Magicians. They're my favorite races. I mean, Chaos, come on. You can't go wrong with Chaos. But what I really like about Chaos Magicians is that they're just a lot of fun. Okay, so basically, we're starting with three... We're going to start with 4 cubes and 15 gold, right? You can see that down on this little value here. See, the bottom value is what we're earning, the green value is what we're earning per turn, and the top value is what we have. So we actually start with a priest, which is pretty awesome. So we want to build more priests this turn, so we need at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gold. So we need 5 workers and 5 gold minimum, and we will have 4 workers and 15 gold. So we need to take a tile that gives us workers, or at least gives us a way of, you know, producing workers, like maybe getting power. So we also start with 7 power right off the bat, which means that we can buy new workers in our first turn. But because we're going last, there's a high chance that that is not going to be available because it's going to be pretty wanting. Okay. We're also getting gold for placing priests on the table. Right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take I'm going to take this one here. I don't really need the power. This is going to give us 1 extra, which just means we're going to have enough bricks to purchase our first temple in turn 1 without too much of a hassle. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, there's the new round token. Let's get into it. So mermaids are collecting their resources. 3 extra power. Okay, plus the 3 from the scroll. I'm getting the I'm getting my 3. Well, it's going really slow. I should probably speed this up. It's gonna really get a bit old. I'll figure out how to do that on my turn. Okay, so the first thing he's doing is upgrading her shipping. Nice. I love mermaids, they're one of my favorites. Okay, and he's just going to start instantly upgrading his shipping. And what are you going to do? You're just going to tunnel? Okay, so right. So I'm going to start with upgrading this guy to a trading post, which will give a power point to my opponent, but that's fine. And hopefully she's going to choose to upgrade hers, which she does, because I'm the only person next to her, which means I'll get 2 power points. So what happens is when someone builds next to you, you can sacrifice half the power points that you would gain rounded up to gain that many power points. So basically my building is worth 2 power points, so I gain 2 power points, which means I have to sacrifice 1 VP. I'm definitely going to do that. Yeah, I'll splamp. And you can see now I've got 3 in bowl 1, 9 in bowl 2, and none in bowl 3. But I have 9 in bowl 2, which means I have enough to sacrifice for anything I want, basically. Okay. He's going to place something on the board. Now, I've got a choice here. I think my... See, I've got 3 left, right? 3 workers is what I'm saying. What does his ability do again? I don't know, it's been so long. After building the stronghold, you may immediately and only once trade up to 3 workers for 1 priest each. Nah. Okay, you need to pay priests instead of workers when terraforming terrain spaces. Pay 1 priest to get 2 victory points for each step. Okay, so we badly need to upgrade to our... Is it our stronghold? Yes. Interesting. So we get a stronghold that allows us to do the terraforming. I wonder if the stronghold is better. So the stronghold allows us to do the cheap terraforming. Oh wait, after building the stronghold you immediately... No, so we want to build the... whatever it's called. The cathedral. I call it the cathedral. I don't know what it's really called. 4 workers and 10 gold that requires. That is a lot of gold. So I'm definitely going to grab this 7 gold while I have the opportunity. Interesting. Mermaid, huh? Okay, so he's now going to upgrade. Excellent. She's going to take the housing tile. And the nomads are also going to take that housing tile. So we have to upgrade next turn. Yes, I do want those PowerPoints. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have a total of 7 power. So we want to make sure that we never go underneath 6 power total in our pool, because we want to be able to purchase shovels if we require them. But you really only need 4 power for the most of the game. And remember, the lower your power count, the more you actually can gain. You know what I mean? You get more and more the quicker it cycles as it goes around the bowls. So I'm also going to upgrade this to a temple. Thank you very much. You blame. And I'm also going to take the housing tile. Thank you. Okay, so she's doing a bit of trading and she's now retiring and taking the money. Okay. I think I might pass pretty soon as well. I've got money saved up for next turn, but I don't... I've got a priest left. Okay, and we've just lost the... they've just revealed the token that allows them to use the shipping. Interesting. He might be going for the trading post build, which is a pretty hard build to run. It's only 4 VPs. It's quite difficult to get running. Okay. So I need 4 cubes for next turn, and I'm producing 1. That is not enough. I'm producing 2, so I'll have 3 for next turn. So what I really need to do is build another house, but unfortunately I can't use any of my abilities. It's actually going to cost me, oh no, since you do, this will cost me 1 priest. What, is that just a permanent ability? What, that can't be right. Doesn't that ability only come into power once I build my... Oh no, that's just the normal power that he gets every turn is the priest power. Oh wow, that is awesome. So let's just build this one. Where is it? This one here. Okay, so that's a terraform. And we get to build on top of it. Now it doesn't actually help us with our generation, but it will in the long run. So we're now producing 3 every turn, but we still need to somehow gain another cube before the end. And I think now is my time to pass. Okay. So I need 1 more cube, so I'm going to take the one with the power and the extra gold. And that should gain me just a little bit of leverage. I'm going to have a weak mana for next turn.